What's up, Chair Nation?
Chair Nation?
Yeah. Or
is that a new one for season 2?
Yeah, buddy, this is... Well,
this is more like season 1.5.
Yeah.
This is season 1.5.
Yeah, I don't even know where season 1 began and is this season 2?
Season 2 will be when we come back. We'll call it season 2.
Okay. Well, and as always, I'm Nick, and that voice you're hearing is my good friend and cohort.
This is Eric.
Eric, that's right. We've been off for a little while. We got some things to discuss. It's once again the often imitated but never duplicated Pull Up a Chair podcast.
That's right, the Pull Up a Chair podcast, the one and only.
Unless you're part of Inland Lake Student News, where there is a Pull Up a Chair podcast that has been started there, and Eric, they use our logo.
Yeah, they stole our logo completely. Our weird logo that's kind of like a retro logo from back when we started. We do the news, and we used to do like a lot of retro, talking about cartoons and TV, movies, culture from the 80s and 90s, right?
And we still do that.
And we still do it, but not as regular. We used to, every episode had a theme. And so we have this kind of retro cool theme that's very Tron.
Retro?
Yeah, retro Tron,
Yeah.
kind of digital mountains in the background of like a digital landscape.
And there's a triangle with a pull up a chair. I mean, you're probably, if you're listening to this, you're probably
The logo,
looking at it.
The logo that is on our podcast, they stole it, and they got a pretty good copy of it because it's like the nice resolution too.
Well, I'm guessing they probably went to our website.
They probably
Pull
did.
Up a Chair website.
Which is what? Do you remember that website URL?
Yeah, it's the Pull Up a Chair podcast. No.
Podcast.website.
Yeah.
PUC podcast.website.
Why website?
Why not?
Because we can.
Yeah, because we have to. Because that's what we choose to do.
We don't have to. Nobody tells the Pull Up a Chair group what to do. We tell them to pull up a chair.
So Nick, you found this.
How
did you find this?
Well, I just, we hadn't done an episode in a while, and I was like, I wonder what's happening. And so I looked this up on Google. Buddy, I came across this. It was a little far down in the Google thing, but
I'll Google it right now. It's probably moved up.
Because in the last few minutes that we've talked about it, that's right. People have started going to it.
Probably.
But you know what, Eric, you know what they say? They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty flattered.
I am flattered. Let's see. It's us, that's us, that's us, that's us, that's us, that's us, that's us. More of us. Oh, pull up a chair. That's us.
There it is, right there.
There it is. Yeah. What do we do down here? Like, oh, and I'm on DuckDuckGo, not on Google. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I want to say that
7,
it was a few pages
8.
in.
So let me go to Google and do it. I do DuckDuckGo because I don't like being tracked by the man.
You don't like them giving you ads of things that you don't know that you need, but apparently you do because you're looking for it, Eric. And so they give you things like ads that tell you, hey, you are looking at this, so we suggest this. But no, let's see. We're going on down. We got listen notes.
They got all the sites that we're a part of.
Yeah, I mean
pull up a chair, then plug into something podcast. Chicago, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Oh, here it is.
There you go.
I don't know what number this is. Let's see here. It's a little bit further down though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17th. And they got other stuff that's not our podcast above it. So 8 or 17, depending on the search engine, which, hey, if they're gonna mimic the best.
Well, yeah.
I'm proud that the students have found us and enjoy our podcast.
They do. They do. Well, I mean, Eric, I like to think that we do this for future generations. And I'm glad to see that, kids are finally taking notice of quality entertainment in this world.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. So we got Pull Up a Chair podcast. Let's see. I want to see how many episodes they have. I'm on episode 10.
Buddy, I'm fairly certain.
Oh, here we go. December 14th came out with Pull Up a Chair pull up a chair, 213 came out.
Well, okay, so they do things differently. They're like the 2 represents season 2.
Yeah, they did episodes 1 through 10. Right?
And then
they started seasons
with like 201 and then
now they're up to 213.
Yeah. So, you know what? If you're listening to this, go out, give them a little bit of love for us. Don't attack them. I mean, I know we've got a fierce fan base, but
be nice.
Be nice. Go out there and give them a little love. But we like to think that they've heard us and know that we're out there. And of course, we are sending our lawyers after them.
Of course. I mean, the law team that we keep on retainer.
Yeah.
Got to use them for something.
Yeah. I mean, they're just sitting in the bullpen waiting for something. And they heard about this and they've been chomping at the bit.
Oh man, foaming at the mouth.
They're like 16 and 17-year-olds. Oh, we can take them. And
we'll destroy them. I'm like, oh, calm down now.
I'm like, whoa, buddy. We're not looking to destroy them. Just scare them, rough them up a little bit.
Go after the school district.
That's right.
Where the big money's at.
We're going after the whole city.
There you go.
Like
where's
this is corruption.
It's Michigan. I saw Indian River, Michigan. I have no idea where that's at.
Well, it's actually off 4363 South Highway Road, Indian Springs, Michigan.
Indian River.
Yeah, that one too.
Let's see here. Are they?
It's on a river.
It's on a river.
By Burt Lake.
Burt Lake. Well, that's not a very... Okay.
It's kind of at the tip of the glove.
Oh, it's in the... Yeah. They're in the Upper Peninsula. Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
Upper Peninsula?
Oh, they're near the Upper Peninsula. They're kind of in between it.
Yeah, like that's how I see it. It's a glove.
Yeah.
I met a guy from Michigan as a contractor. That's how he would always like, so I live, if this is Michigan, hold his hands up. And I live right here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I do that with Oklahoma. I do like the little...
Oh, do you? Like that?
Yeah, like I do like a little finger gun.
Yeah, I'm like I'm in the middle.
I'm right here.
That's why I live in the middle of Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, that's the easy way of doing it. But, I mean, man, it's kind of flattering. It's kind of big.
I listened to a portion of their show. I'm just like a few minutes. So we'll see. I wanted to hear if they had a sweet intro like ours or anything else that they were mimicking other than stealing our art. And no, they don't.
No, I mean
they almost act like they're being forced to make the show.
I was gonna say they sound like what you would expect teenagers to sound like doing a show.
Today we're talking about the snow day.
Hey Sam, how are things?
We're talking about animals. I like animals.
I don't know. I mean they talk about, they apparently get political with it. I mean,
do they?
Yeah, they have some topics, although... Like,
this is talking about snow days.
Yeah, okay, this is talking about snow days, but go back into it. Go into like their...
Here's the archive, right? Let's see here. 212 was an interviewing several students and teachers. Talks about color blindness.
This is Wes and Dawson. Don't forget about that. That's...
Well...
There was one I saw that they did where they talked about something that Trump had done.
Oh, really? I've been trying to find like a whole list of their podcast. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
All right. They talk movies coming out in 19. Good Times, Christmas, Tiny Apartments, Halloween, Spirit Week.
I kind of feel like recently they've first victory in 5 years. Okay.
For TW, Tiger Woods. See, like, we just went through a couple of these, and I feel like we skipped a bunch of numbers.
Go down to 201 there. Let's see. Dawson Brace welcomes Wesley as the new co-host. Oh, apparently, there was a shakeup in the...
Man, they have stuff they're moving and shaking. It's
Braden left. I bet you graduated.
Oh, he may have, because this was that far back. Yeah, well, let's see here. Yep, June 1st was the last season 1. Season 2 started in January.
Braden, we hardly knew ye.
So Wesley, man, I how sad are we that we're going through their catalog? I doubt they took no time at all to go through ours.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like we have probably bored the audience at this
Yeah.
point. Anyway, it was intriguing to us. Moving on, Eric, there was something actually bigger that happened while we were...
Bigger than our podcast are being stolen? What?
Eric, we hit 10,000 listens.
Oh, yeah. You said that.
In some way, without doing... I think this proves the old adage that people don't know what they have until it's gone. But in some way, in not doing a podcast in 2 months...
Has it been... I thought it'd been longer than that.
No, it was October 8th was the last one we put out. But not having done one in 2 months, I guess it is longer than that because we're
near Christmas.
A week away, or a week past October 8th, or the 8th of December. Anyway, we hit 10,000. Currently, we sit at 10,273 listens. And on top of that, we've got comments. That's right, people. People have been commenting. And if you want to comment, you can comment too. But people talked about, one guy, which by the way...
Is it the same guy commenting on all of them?
Yes.
I sure hope so. Yes.
B. Shaw Foolery. Thank you for your comments. He left a list of his own movies. He liked our list that we gave of
I think that was you and Ryan.
80s movie choices. Was it?
Was that you and Ryan? I think
it may have been.
It's special guest Ryan.
He actually really enjoyed our episode on the Batman animated series.
Well, who wouldn't? That was for a long time our highest rated episode.
And he disagreed with you on a podcast and saying that Princess Bride is a great movie. For him, it was a 6 out of 10 versus yours.
Can we delete all his comments now?
No.
Dang it.
No, Eric, because these are we're going to hold on to these and hold them up as a shining example of where it all began once our podcast just, takes off now that we're back. But it was kind of a nice feeling that while we were gone, our podcast even got more popular.
Well, I don't know if it got more popular. It just didn't decline in popularity as severely as we thought it might.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I think that's how I would put it.
Now that we're back, it is. I mean, it's going to go way down.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I'm trying to see like an overall trending, but I haven't. Where is it at? Episodes, not comparative. Man, it's been a while since I've been on the site, and there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. It's the cumulative.
Yeah.
So it looked like, was it earlier this year? Yeah, pretty much the first quarter of the year we were rocking it hard. But that was when we had we were on the front page.
Yeah.
That happened around January.
Yeah, that's true. We were in the front.
We need to contact them and get back on the front page.
Yeah, we need to try to get on the front page again. Yeah, but then we had to slowly decline after the front page incident.
That wasn't an incident. That's not like it's bad.
Oh no, I mean
the front page debacle.
The debacle. That's what we'll call it. Although I want to say that we had a moment. We had some time there where we left and then we came back and we kind of were off and on. You know what? It was my wedding.
Yeah, your wedding.
And if you look at the numbers, that's when we started to decline.
Yeah, we had a hard time
getting together. Because, I mean, I was busy planning a wedding,
and then having a wedding, and then being married, and your schooling was intense for a little while. So
that also got in the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it's been an up and down year. We've had a lot of great shows. We
have had a lot of great shows.
We've done a lot this year. Let's just, Eric, let's kind of reminisce and go down memory lane.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably won't remember 10 most popular in the last 3 months. See if I could modify that one. I can't. Dadgummit. In the last 3 months, here's the 10 most popular episodes. One of our travel advisories podcast,
which I just kind of ran through today. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh, was it pretty good?
That's our last one we did.
Oh, really?
That
was the one we did at your house.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's talking about the airlines. You had the guy that headbutted
the
flight attendant,
Yeah.
and had to land here in Oklahoma City. I kind of just skipped through it, but then
that's how we want our audience to listen to it.
I mean, you don't want to hear our voices all the way through. Goodness. Don't forget, we did Ecstasy, Octopuses, and Science.
That was I remember that episode. That was back in October also. It looks like the last 3 months. This is probably the last 10 episodes are from the last 3 months. It's probably all we've done. So
of course, Jean-Luc Picard coming back to television was a big time event. Plus, Adventure Time ending.
I know. I watched this final season, like the last episode's kind of like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that with the kids. I didn't watch the whole season. I just watched bits and pieces. And
I haven't seen it yet. Was it good?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Well, man, that just sells it. I'm sure that's what a lot of people say about our podcast.
The thing is,
it isn't bad.
If they just said that, I'd be flattered.
Yeah, I know.
It's not bad. I'm sure. Thank you.
I mean, somebody's mimicking us, so we're already flattered. Say what you want.
If the final episode, it's extended, is like 40 minutes, an hour long. I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed it. I kind of fell out of like watching it as much. The early seasons are so fun. The world building that they did was so interesting. And then the adventures they did within it were interesting. And then the world just kept getting bigger and bigger. And then it's like, then they're on the islands, and then they're in the sky. And
well, yeah, he finds his mom and he finds his dad,
so like the mystery, like I like the mystery of it, and they left it kind of, I would say almost open ended. There was no like final conclusion in my eyes of like Finn is this. It did have some interesting undertones. The final episode's more about, in my opinion, Ice King. So
okay,
and I did find that interesting. There's some apparently, not to get political, cultural, or anything like that, but it kind of seemed like Princess Bubblegum and Marceline are an item at the end of it. So I didn't see that coming. So I wasn't surprised though.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of I think it's kind of been moving in that direction for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
So Eric, and we did do a episode where we talked about a woman marrying a ghost, and I understand that you have an update for us on that. It's very rare that we get to do an update, but let's.
It's a sad update.
She basically married to bring people back. She basically married Jack Sparrow. She married a ghost that she drew a picture of that looked exactly like Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp. And they got married earlier this year. And like you said, Eric, what's the update? Is it happy, sad? Are they still together?
If they were happy, they wouldn't be in the news. To ghost pirate. I don't know how many times I got to type this phrase in. Woman marries ghost pirate. All right. So she attempted to legally marry a ghost pirate in January. In July 2016, Amanda Tigu legally married the spirit of Haitian pirate who died in the 1700s. Well, that's like Snopes saying that's false. Well, that's because Snopes hates marriage.
Well, that's because Snopes doesn't understand what the word false means. Yeah. This is very much a true story.
There was a ceremony, we'll say that. They may not be married in the court's eyes, but in the eyes of, I'm not going to say God, in the eyes of herself.
In the eyes of the spiritual realm.
Yeah. She's married to a ghost pirate.
A Haitian ghost pirate that died in the 1700s. That is none other than Johnny Depp.
It was, the picture was of Johnny Depp. Apparently, even though non-traditional romantic relationships are just apparently as difficult as actual relationships. The Irish woman that married the 300-year-old ghost. Well, it's just not working out. It appears the marriage was not the right fit for the couple. So, according to the Irish Mirror, Sparrow, whose full legal name is Amanda Sparrow, so literally Sparrow, Amanda Sparrow Large Tegu. How would you say that? Teague? Teague?
Teague, I guess. Teague.
Teague, that's it.
Yeah.
Posted to social media recently that her marriage is over, and also offers a warning to those intrigued by spirit love.
Spirit loving and it feels so good.
That's right. I love it. So this
Spirit
is what
Spirit loving and it's not real.
This is what Amanda had to say. So, I feel it's time to let everyone know that my marriage is over.
Oh, you hate to hear that.
I do. I will explain all in due course. But for now, all I want to say is be very careful when dabbling in spirituality. It is not one thing to mess with. Well, I feel like she's aged many years since she got married. That must have been a tough time.
Well, Eric, as you know, when someone has relations with a ghost, it ages you.
They steal your life force.
Well, they do.
It's like a succubus, but in reverse.
Right, and that's what's happening. That's why her hair is turned all gray and she looks disgusting.
She looks disgusting. Ah, man.
So, I mean, Eric, what's the end game here? What do you feel like that we can take away from this story, this update?
Well, I find it interesting that we will be hearing more details about it. And I'm not one that sits around waiting to hear about other people's failed marriages. Doesn't bring me any joy. But
that's right. We're going to get a hold of this woman and do an interview. No, okay, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, did she have to go through a medium to get it to, or some sort of ghost whisperer to?
Oh no, the ghost sucked the life out of her just, by itself.
Hold on, here we go. No, yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming she's trying to get a medium or some sort of ghost whisperer, psychic, to create a method to banish this guy from her life. So,
is he so he's
he doesn't want to go.
He doesn't want to leave.
He's a hanger-oner.
He's stalking her now. A ghost stalker.
Maybe he cares more about marriage than she does.
Let me just talk to him here for a second. Haitian pirate ghost in the 1700s. There comes a time in your life or your afterlife that you need to just let go. You're getting kind of creepy here. She's moved on. It just wasn't meant to be. There's other fish in the sea. You understand that.
I'm hearing from beyond the veil.
Oh, are you?
I'm hearing.
What is he saying? What is he saying? Eric's got his hand up to his ear.
Nick, he knows your name. I got that. He knows your name.
I ain't scared of him.
Hold on. I ain't scared. You're going to fight a ghost?
I'll fight a ghost. I've written about it.
I know about it. I know all about fighting ghosts. I wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
He says his love is real, that he cannot forego his love because the afterlife is so lonely.
I get that.
He just doesn't see hope for himself.
I hear where you're coming from, Johnny Depp Ghost, but don't worry. You're a good-looking dude. You can go out there and play the field. I mean, look at this. You've drained the life out of this poor woman. It's time to move on.
I'm sure you can find some murdered prostitutes from the 1700s to pal around with.
Right,
you are a pirate.
There is a lot of people out there that I mean there's another article here about a woman who has claimed to have sex with 20 ghosts.
Oh, we talked about that before.
Amethyst Realm. No, this is actually...
There's a different one, that's right.
This is a new one.
It was a different guy and the guy also painted pictures.
Yeah, this lady apparently went on a British show back in October 31st and talked about how she has had sex with 20 ghosts and now is engaged to one.
Oh.
But here's my thing. Did that lead to this? Did this, I mean, since you can hear from him, ask him if he made a mistake with this Amethyst Realm and his wife.
I'm hearing from the other side. Oh.
Yeah, see? I put it together.
He says that they never fulfilled their marriage bond in bed.
Well, I mean,
that's rough.
It doesn't matter if it actually happens in the bed. I mean, anywhere kinda counts.
Well, he's a ghost in his ghost bed.
Well, speaking of moving on past this topic, we also have something else that happened. I mean,
what? I'm excited.
My friend, the trailer for the next Marvel movie entitled Avengers Endgame has dropped.
Oh,
it was very exciting for people. I
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? It's a pretty good trailer. Now, however, there is something else that has come out of this. There is a gentleman that way before it ever came out, he bought the URL for Avengers Endgame.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did he know it was going to be called that, or just try?
No, he just took a guess. There is a line in the Infinity War where Doctor Strange says we're in the end game. And so he just kind of...
So he bought Avengers Endgame.
Yes. And
.com.
He was wanting Marvel to buy it from him.
Yeah.
Or give him... what he really wants is premiere tickets to the part 4.
Oh, that's cool.
But he has rerouted the movie or the URL to go to the Deadpool 2 trailer. and so he has been given a gift from Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, nice. What'd he get?
He got a briefcase, an aviation briefcase that has like a really nice pair of headphones in it. Just a few other items there, but I mean, it's all Canadian things. And he says in his last tweet about it, he says, "Holy crap, there's stuff inside too. These have got to be worth 2 tickets, right? They're from Canada or Canadian at the very least." So he's still angling it for 2 tickets to the Avengers Endgame premiere.
Hey man, you got to work those angles. I respect that. He saw something. He legally, everything within his right, went and got the URL, set on it,
right,
and I mean, we've heard, Gus Sorolla from the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Right.
He talked about doing that with Final Fantasy like 10 or Final Fantasy, one of the Final Fantasies. He went out and searched and saw who owned all the Final Fantasy URLs that kind of go the way they do
right.
URLs. And he noticed they didn't own one of them. They had like 6, 7, 8, 9. They didn't have 10 or something like that, or they didn't have one of them. And so he bought that one and set on it. And he said when they contacted him to buy it, he got quite a bit of money for it.
Nice.
He says, I don't think he said he was able to, he can't say how much he got because it was in the contract.
Right.
But he said he made pretty good money on it.
Well, very nice. I mean, that's I mean, like you said, you got to respect this guy. He had the wherewithal to say, okay, I'm going to take a wild guess and go with Avengers Endgame. And that's even more of a shot in the dark. Right.
I mean,
he got it right. I mean, heck yeah, put whatever angle, whatever spin you want on it. But I mean, this is kind of a ongoing thing. Ryan Reynolds actually, tweeted back at him, I don't have that on this article, but he basically said that after he'd received it, Ryan Reynolds tweeted him saying, I don't condone what you do, but I love what you did. Is basically what he said. And so he did that. But there is another, continuing on, we're just giving you kind of quick news here. Eric, there was something else that happened while we were away.
What happened?
And it was also another big time event that I thought my good friend Eric might have an opinion on.
I have opinions.
Eric, did you know that the Star Trek Enterprise has now become, in the comic books, has become a transformer?
I didn't. That's awesome. It already did transform. The disc came off.
Well, the disc came off.
That's it? I saw you looking at that a while ago.
Fortress Tiberius is what this thing is called. They apparently call him in for help, and he is huge.
He is... What? Is this the... What? Is he sentient? Is he like a transformer that has like...
Okay, you ready for this storyline? Here we go.
Bring it, man.
It says, the Battle of the Cygnus 7 began swinging in the favor of the Decepticons and the Klingons, who had formed an uneasy alliance, while Kirk, several members of the Enterprise crew, and several Autobots remained trapped in one of the planet's mines. Ratchet came up with a plan that could take the Titan ship to make the Titan ship functional again. So apparently Kirk and his crew crash landed their ship on here. So he comes up with a plan by hooking Kirk's mind directly up to Fortress Maximus' computer. The Titan was able to use Kirk's memories to take on the form of the Enterprise. Now back online, Kirk is able to pilot the massive starship transformer and blast free of the mine. Once outside, Kirk transforms the Enterprise into a giant robot. Rather than being Fortress Maximus, the robot borrows Kirk's middle name to become Fortress Tiberius. And I gotta tell you, pretty cool little idea.
That is cool. I love it. I didn't know there was a crossover between the Transformers and Star Trek. I didn't even know that existed.
There has been all sorts of crossovers happening. Now I know that Star Trek and Transformers are on the same... I think they're on the same publishing label.
Oh, okay.
But there's been all sorts of crossovers that have been happening recently. I mean, you've got Star Trek and the Green Lanterns was one that happened.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they're both outer space. I mean,
yeah, it makes sense.
It's just kind of neat. I mean, there was way back when there was Star Trek. It met X-Men.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, there's been, I don't know. It's been fun getting, like I've talked about before. I've kind of gotten a love back for comic books whenever Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossed over with Batman. Of course, that was my childhood dream.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, no, I mean it.
Speaking of TMNT, what'd you get for Christmas?
Well, my friend, one gift that my wife already let me kind of open was the full array, is what we'll call it, of episodes of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. And we have been watching, a few episodes here and there. It's as good as I remember.
So it's holding up?
It holds up. It holds
good.
up.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
So that's what's going on in the news. Eric, do you have any other stories that you know of out in this great world?
Oh, me? Not really. Not much been going on that I saw that lady. I saw that headline today about the lady getting a divorce, and I was just. It said it happened in 2016. Was it been that long since we reported on that?
What?
I mean, we've been doing the podcast since 2016, right?
Yeah.
So
well, I think we even mentioned in that we were a little late to report on it, but
yeah, it had to be within the first.
We were looking for stories to go along with what we had already found.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, I was taking the list here and just kind of looking through and seeing how. So just seeing what I could find with all of that. Do you remember our first podcast? What was it about?
Our very first one?
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be like way back when.
Yeah, way back when.
I have no idea. The Wick
The
cast.
Wick cast. It's a John Wick, man.
I am ashamed.
It's okay. It's all good.
No, I am sad that I did not remember that, so I am gonna go perform Harry Carey now.
Did you? We have. I don't think. Did you watch Castle? I saw another episode we did on Castlevania. Did you watch Castlevania second season?
I did.
What'd you think?
It was excellent.
It was good. This like episode 6 or 7, where she moves the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap!
Well,
so good.
And I'll be honest, I didn't expect them to kill off. Count
That's
Dracula.
a spoiler warning. That's a pretty big spoiler.
I did not expect them to give Count Dracula a rose and that he would just go away.
I'll put in. If I remember, I'll put a like, hey, there's a little bit of a spoiler here, but it's been out a while. It's been out what?
Yeah,
couple
if you
months
haven't seen it now, it's your
came
own
out in
fault.
October.
Yeah, they
So-
kill off Dracula.
They kill Dracula,
Deal
but I'll
with
still
it,
put a
people.
spoiler thing in there. Yeah, I thought it was very good. I enjoyed it. I binged it in 2 nights, I think.
I think I did it in 3.
Yeah, it was one night, and then it took me like another week to get back and watch the rest of it.
It was really, really good. It sets up a lot of stuff for the 3rd season, which we may do an episode kind of talking about where we see the 3rd season going. But I mean, it's
Yeah, we should do that because I'd like to. If I watch that last episode again, I have a lot of questions. Not questions, ideas about what they're doing.
well, and I mean, there's a lot of different directions they can go with it. So, all right, well, Eric, it's that time, that bewitching hour. As it is the time of the year where we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. What are you doing for Christmas?
Nothing like the day of.
No, just Christmas in general.
Well, this weekend that's when my family does all their Christmas. So Friday I'm doing Christmas at my dad's. Saturday with my extended family on the other side, on my mom's side. But my mom's passed.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunday I should be back here. I get my kids up Sunday or Monday over to their mom, and they'll have them for. She always has them on Christmas Eve and Christmas, and so that's about it, man. And after that, I'm trying to. I think we set up a day to do a full day of gaming for my role playing group. We're starting a new game. We finished D&D, a module, and now we're moving on to Shadowrun, which is a different type of role-playing game.
Okay.
It uses D6 dice, and it's way more role-playing than D&D.
That's cool.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's like futuristic, but there's the Matrix and magic, so you can go into the Matrix and fight there. You can fight in the...
I'll have to ask you online, like, what makes something more role-playing?
There's no map. There's no squares.
Okay. Interesting.
Instead of you have to know distances and kind of a general layout of what you're fighting in. No minis are needed, like you do in D&D. I mean, and so it's more of like playing your character. It's more about the connection and relationships you have
Right.
in game. So it's more about that.
Well, that's
So I think we got that going. And then just hang out with my kids. That's about it. Just have a good time.
any exciting presents you want to tell us you got your kids, like you want to reveal on the show?
No, I'll tell you. So I discussed my presents with my kids. My oldest doesn't believe in Santa, which is appropriate. My other two, my daughter still does, and my youngest, of course, he does. But so I said, hey, since they do Santa more at my ex's house, which is fine. That's where they get the Santa Claus presents we buy together. I said, hey, for a group present, how about I get us a drum kit, like a real drum kit. Mm-hmm. And so I actually found a junior's drum kit, and that's what I did. I have not been focusing directly on my mic. I'm sorry, guys, if I sounded bad. So I bought a drum set, and I'm gonna set that up. They don't know I have it already, but they know what they're getting. They did that. Other than that, not really. I'd buy some gifts for some cousins and that are coming, so all the younger cousins that are below 18 do a gift exchange, while us older people do a Dirty Santa. And so I had to go buy presents for my kids to give out to their cousins. And that's about the only presents. I don't know what to get my dad. My dad, who doesn't need anything nor want anything, never know what to get him. What do you get your dad?
Well, we stopped a while back getting Dad presents because he just kind of
Doesn't care.
Well, he tells us not to.
Yeah,
he doesn't want presents. Now, we did get him a present for his birthday, which was December 6th, and that was a giant container of cheese balls.
Oh, from Sam's?
No, actually, we went Target.
Oh,
cheddar cheese balls. We went a little gourmet with these
cheese balls.
Yeah, we went, only the best for my dad.
Nice.
So we went a little gourmet with the cheese balls for him. But yeah, I mean we don't really get anything for Dad.
Yeah,
it's a hard one to buy for.
Yeah, my dad doesn't. He eats very specific food, and he's diabetic, and so it's not fun. Well, you do anything special for Casey? She don't listen. She's not gonna listen to this for another 2.5 years.
Yeah, she's months behind. No, I mean we're gonna do the family thing. Yeah, we're gonna have our time.
Yeah,
I mean I've got her just a few different items here and there. Just her birthday is actually tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to spend time doing that, and then we've kind of already celebrated her birthday. Didn't
you celebrate it last year?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I mean that's all you have to do.
Just once.
I mean, just once, and the whole time No, I kind of told her I'd like to, because she's expressed having a birthday so close to Christmas wasn't, it kind of makes your birthday kind of.
Yeah, I get you.
But so I'd always told her we'd celebrate kind of at the beginning of December. So we went out and did that, and I spent quite a bit on her birthday present.
You bought her a car.
Yeah, I did. No, I did not buy her a car.
You got a new car though.
We did get a new car. That was a necessity, because unfortunately my Ford Kia Optima decided that it was done. It just decided to stop working and was smoking.
Did you get it towed away?
No, well, not yet.
Sitting at the house?
Still sitting at the house. I'm gonna do like the Make-A-Wish Foundation, have them come get it.
Yeah. Why don't you have them take your trash out too while they're there?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna
why don't they have a kid who has some sort of condition come take your trash out for you?
My goal is just put the trash inside the car, and they can tow it away. But in all seriousness, no. I mean, yeah, we had to get a new vehicle, but I mean, there's been a lot of things that have changed.
Yep.
Well, my friend, this is the time where we have to get going. I just wanted to express a few things of just how great a year it has been. It's been fun. We will be having new episodes come the new year. I mean, there's quite a few things to talk about, my friend.
I thought of what we should do for our first episode.
What's that?
We have done a Narsacast when we just talk about ourselves completely, where people get to know us. I haven't done that since. It's been a while. I was looking through, and we linked to it in a lot of our descriptions. So we should probably update that. But you weren't married at the time.
No, I do also want to. We need to talk about another big event that happened over while we were away. Is that The Last Jedi, the last Star Wars movie that they got so much hate? Turns out that a lot of the hate came from Russian bots.
Oh, really?
Online, yes. And so, we can talk about that. There's a lot of different things that we still have to talk about, but we hit on a few things today, and we hope that you enjoyed listening and, getting informed about, with news that you can use.
That's right.
Here on the Pull Up a Chair podcast. And Eric, as always, why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Well,
do you remember all the places?
I know all the places.
Okay.
You can find us all over this big, beautiful internet. First, we have our own website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. You can go there.
But I forgot about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook.
Oh, we do?
Just search for Pull Up a Chair Podcast, and you'll find us. You can comment there on our episodes. Also, you can comment if you are Podbean Subscribe there. That's where we do our primary hosting, and they have a commenting system. You're welcome to heart us, whatever their like and subscribe stuff is. You can normally find us. We do have a YouTube site.
Yes.
And it does get populated from our shows. And it is just go to YouTube, type in Pulpit Chair Podcast, and you'll find us. You can subscribe there. You can find us on Twitter at Pull Up a Chair Pod. At us there, and we will reply probably, because I keep monitoring that, but no one ever really mentions us.
Go out there and mention us, people.
Mention us, add us. And what, am I missing anything?
No, but
iTunes, straight up iTunes, and
yeah.
Google, just Pulpit Chair Podcast. Go there and you find us. If you don't mind, if you want to rate something, give us some rating. You know what? I'm not going to tell you what you rate. You're big enough to do that yourself. So whatever you feel like we deserve.
Well, apparently, not all of our listeners are big enough to do that, because we have a bunch of high schoolers.
Well, they're big enough to have an iTunes account, probably.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because that's where they got their logo for their deal. Anyway, not bitter at all. Thank you for imitating us, but you'll never duplicate us. Have yourself a great day.
Bye.